One time for the city. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Tuesday evening. Another edition of KFTV Post Game Live. CP the franchise in the building. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't gritty. But the Knicks got a win over the Kings tonight, 103-87 at the world's most famous arena. And I say that because the Knicks would do their absolute best to lose this game against the Kings with lackluster offense, sloppy turnovers, and a game that this team just looked downright disinterested in, which is, I don't know if it's time for concern or nothing to be worried about. But either way, the Knicks would take this one into the fourth, tied up at 72 apiece, when the Kings' backup crew would put a little pressure on these Knicks, who would ultimately have to go back to the starters and back to Captain Clutch to save them, man. Knicks in the fourth quarter down by as much as 2 points to the Kings, and Jalen Brunson would have to come in scoring 11 of his 28 points to win this game. When all else fails, you go to Captain Clutch for the rescue, man. So let's talk about it. Let me know how you feeling in the chat. Are you happy? Are you outright disgusted? We'll cover it all. Giannis talk, battle of the fans, whatever you guys want to get into, man. Hit me up on the KFTV Discord. Wasn't pretty. It wasn't gritty. But a win is a win, I guess. And, you know, salute to the franchise channel. I'm salute to the replay gang. You know, every season we have one of these type of games where the person that's watching as part of the replay gang or that comes into the show late, they don't know whether or not the Knicks won or lost because of the tone of the post game. Tonight was one of those nights because this was one of the most maddening wins I think you'd ever seen, at least for this season, when it comes to the Knicks. I mean, you look at the final score, yeah, they won by 16, so, you know, they did pull away when it mattered. But boy, oh boy, were they trying their absolute best to mail this one in. Sloppy ball movement, no ball movement, really. You know, late to get into their offense. Just zero zip, no pace. And again, on 2 nights rest. It's just fascinating to me to see how these guys, you know Precious is back in the group chat. He's chatting it up saying, I'm coming back to the crib to embarrass you guys again. I figured the Knicks, I figured there was nothing to it, that they were just going to get right to it and put these guys away, blow these guys out the water. But that was not the case whatsoever. So as I said, the offense was sloppy. Turnovers abound. I mean, we take a look at the box score here. Salute to everybody in the chat. I mean, turnovers abound. It was a slop fest out there for the Knicks. 18 turnovers, and the dog uncharacteristically accounting for 7. Was that the worst game of OG Anunoby's entire career? 18 turnovers for the Knicks. So that wasn't good. And then you combine that with the fact that, boy, nobody wanted to guard DeMar DeRozan tonight. Nobody wanted to make it difficult for him. And the coach certainly wasn't trying to make any type of adjustments when it came to the defensive assignments. I mean, they just let DeMar DeRozan have his way. And give credit, DeRozan is DeRozan. He's the 6'7" version of Brunson when you talk about footwork and all that magic. He was fantastic tonight for his team, getting to his spots, getting into his bag. Rise and fire over Knicks. Rise and fire over Deuce, over, it was abusing Hart. Rise and fire over Captain Clutch. Pull up 3 over OG. I mean, DeMar DeRozan was doing everything for a Kings team that lost 5 in a row. They were going for number 6. Including just being embarrassed by the Detroit Pistons. So, look, you got to understand, they're coming in with some pride here. And so for the Knicks, 2 nights off, you're coming off of the Philadelphia high. I said, boy, oh boy, I was just waiting for the shoe to drop. Karl couldn't do nothing with Russ. Russ was out there bullying. That second unit was a little dicey, man. Whenever I watch that second unit, I always put out there on Twitter, I said, this unit needs a point guard. They get into some ruts offensively, and I think that's the worst position to be in if you're Karl-Anthony Towns, to be with that unit with just Deuce, Hart. They had Shamet out there at times. I don't like that. I'm not really a fan of that unit when it comes to playmaking, and especially for Karl-Anthony Towns. And in that stretch, that was where the Kings were they were staying afloat. They were treading water there. In that fourth quarter, when Jalen goes to the bench, OG, I believe, was on the bench at that time because OG, this was a brutal night for OG. Yeah, OG started the fourth quarter on the bench. Jalen starts it on the bench. And for that 6-minute stretch there, the Kings were treading water. And then Mike Brown had to call in the cavalry, a.k.a. Jalen Brunson. Come save us. Jalen Brunson with 11 of his 28 points in the fourth quarter, including 3 straight buckets in that fourth to save the Knicks from embarrassment. But nevertheless, they get the job done. How about Mikal Bridges? I thought Mikal Bridges set a good tone in this game. If we're going to go back to the positives, I thought Mikal Bridges set a very good tone in this game. Obviously, coming off of the Philadelphia game, he gets benched in the fourth quarter. Certainly wanted to play with a little bit more pop, and I thought he did. Let's give credit where credit is due. Mikal Bridges, I thought, looked pretty good tonight. And Mikal coming out with 18 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 5 assists, 1 steal. Had much more pep in his step tonight than Mikal Bridges. Got aggressive offensively. Midway through the game, you didn't really see him out there. You didn't really feel him out there. But then he got another big bucket in the fourth quarter as well when the Knicks kind of needed it. Mr. Do Things, yeah. Yeah, do things, salute. Yeah, Mikal was good. We'll give credit where credit is due. Mikal was good tonight. So good bounce back by him. 18 points, efficient night. That's the night you expect. Oh, boy, the dog, the other side of Wingstop, the dog was all over the place, man. The dog was absolutely all. Check 1, check 2. All right, we lost some frames. Okay, we back up. We back up and cooking. The ship is back up and cooking. We lost a little power there. Hang tight. We lost a little power there, but we are back up. So to everybody in the chat, man. 103-87. Knicks get the dub over the Kings. JJ, no, it's not you. That was me, man. My system was lagging up a little bit, but we should be back up. Been having some internet issues past couple of weeks or months, rather. Trying to get that sorted out with Verizon, man. We back up, though. Salute. We back up. Call me up in the KFTV Discord. Let's get Alex in here. Salute. Refresh. If you don't have sound, refresh your YouTube if you don't have sound. CP the franchise in the building. 103-87. Refresh your browser. We should have sound. We should be good. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Are we live? Okay, yeah, sound is good. Yeah, just refresh your browser and we'll get the sound back up. And we got Alex in the building here. Let's get Alex in here. See what he thinks. Oh, what you think about the game tonight, man?
Hey, had a good way to close it out. A little dicey as the game continued to wear on, but with all the Knicks turnovers, man, especially with OG, just allowing the Kings to stay in it, man. But Mike Brown going to different situations. I liked how we had Mitchell Robinson closing out most of the fourth quarter, to get that defensive stops that you needed. Thought Mikal Bridges had a solid game, but you had Jalen Brunson doing Jalen Brunson things, giving the captain clutch moments to close this thing out. But all in all, decent win for the Knicks. Just got to work on the turnovers, man. It's just ugly, just awful.
Yeah.
What happened to the team that protected the rock?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's like, this was just sloppy turnovers. I mean, OG just handing them the ball twice, stepping on the end line. The turnovers, they weren't even in any sort of action. They were just here, sloppy. Awful. In traffic. Here you go.
What do you have, 7?
7 turnovers for OG, man.
That's the biggest thing, man. I mean, I get that you had two nights off worth of rest, but you should come out here, especially when this team gave you the business when you were out there on that West Coast trip. You should have been ready, came correct for this one, showed them. I mean, they ultimately got the win, so you can't go too far down the rabbit hole and saying, oh, they could have done this, they could have done that. But definitely the turnovers, man, because they just been way too
careless.
Would you say that? Is it careless, or would you say it's a blend of being too aggressive and careless?
Nah, well, aggressive in what way? In what way? How would you say aggressive?
Because I think sometimes the turnovers are like trying to drive, kick out to the perimeter, and then somebody's right there, like trying to make that extra pass off of an action, and then other times it's just stupidity.
Yeah, I do think it could be a mix of that. Definitely more the latter, because I don't know, man. Like it just didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why this team? And by the way, before you came in, I said this is one of those nights. You know, those nights we have those games during the season where they win the game, but you talk about it as if they lost because there was so much more negative than there was positive. Even though the grand positive was that they won. But it was brutal. I was waiting for them to completely let it go. And DeRozan,
dude, that's how I felt, man. I felt like this team was going to let go of the rope. I was like, you are just playing with fire, allowing this team to stay in it, man. And it's just buffoonery, man, on too many parts. I mean, OG took the cake. I mean, you had Cat, who was up and down throughout this matchup as well. Though you had a really good, efficient game from Bridges. Josh Hart had some costly turnovers as well. The travel, trying to do the jump passing, and there's nothing wrong with a jump pass.
What was that?
I have no idea.
You got caught in the up and down in the backcourt. That was crazy,
dude. It's like trying to make a pass to who? Like, who are you looking at? That's the thing. I feel like he tries too hard without even looking at times. So it's like, who are you going to pass that rock to, man?
Yeah.
Who? And like, it's probably like on the scouting report at this point, like, Josh Hart will make a jump pass. Be ready,
Yeah.
But they even get like McBride getting caught in like DeRozan's like pump fakes, man. Like the mid-range assassin doing mid-range assassin things. And how many times did you see like Deuce be like fall for that one?
Yeah. Yeah. And DeRozan had his way. Give him credit. He was great again tonight. He's an ageless one, man. Like you don't even know how old he is when you watch him operate because his game has never changed. His game is aged super well, man. He's 36 years old, and he's still got the footwork like he was 26, still getting into the mid-range effortlessly. That never looks like he's busting a sweat out there. Just get to his spot, rise and fire right over you. Perfect.
Can't shoot a three to save his life.
Can't shoot a three, but he did catch OG with one, though. He did step into one over the dog.
He did 1 for 7. He got one.
Yeah, he did. And but you say that, and I'm just like, okay, if that's the case, why weren't they more aggressive with this guy, especially in the second half? Test the Kings from 3. Let him give it to Brody. Yeah, all right, Brody hit 1 or 2. How many did Brody hit? A couple, nothing crazy to kill you. But I thought with Brown, they didn't really make that adjustment in the second half on DeRozan, and they didn't really get aggressive with him. I was pretty surprised there.
No, for this team, you have to just wall off the mid-range of the paint, and they didn't do that at all. This is like one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league, CP. I'm refreshing the NBA.com to see where we're at with the Kings for a three-point percentage. They are, where are they? They're 18th right now, shooting 35% from downtown, but they only attempt 33 per game. Like, they're not even up there in attempts. They're in the basement. They're dead last. Let me be clear. They are dead last in attempts. 19th for percentage, dead last in attempts. They don't want to shoot the three. They don't got guys who can't shoot the three.
Right.
Sabonis can't shoot the three. Westbrook can't shoot the three. DeRozan can't shoot the three. When you do not have Zach LaVine out there, that is a green light to say, wall off the paint, let him figure it out from downtown. Game could have probably been in a little bit of better standing if they did just that. But instead, you had to wait for. And this is like, I like seeing Brunson being able to cook in the fourth quarter, man. But this is a game where you didn't really need Brunson. You should not have needed Brunson to cook in the fourth quarter,
No.
which is, to your point, like, we're talking about this game where they lost. Yes, they won, but it's the whole in the whole grand scheme of things. This is a horrific Kings team, man.
Horrible.
Like horrific. Why? They're not even close to, like, what was it? Like, there are teams that aren't great, but that give you fits. It was like the Orlando Magic with the Celtics, right? Like that was, but at least they were competitive. You know what I mean? This team's not even competitive. This team legitimately has 12 wins.
Yeah, they lost after they beat us as part of their 4 in a row run. They lost 5 straight.
Point proven. So, like, why are we giving these guys a chance, man? And that's the thing. Like, we gave them too much of a chance tonight, where you got, I don't know, another game tomorrow.
Yeah, another game tomorrow against a Toronto Raptor team. That's
a hot team.
Right there. One of your neighbors, one of the hottest teams in the league right now. And they're going to be ready because the Knicks did embarrass them. They didn't get to go to Vegas. The Knicks spoiled their Vegas trip. So they canceled your Vegas plans. So they're going to be hot. Quick is going to be ready for that game. RJ as well. And so that's a big game tomorrow. But the Knicks had to gut this one out, man.
And CP, they had to gut this one out. And we haven't played the Raptors fully healthy yet.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, the second time, I think it was the second time they missed Quickly and RJ. We haven't played them with RJ yet. And I'm not saying that the Knicks need to be worried, but, like, you want to give yourself a fighter's chance on the second night of a back-to-back.
Right. That's it. How about Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, man? 28 points, our player of the game. 9 of 17 from the field, 4 of 8 from downtown. Came in the fourth quarter, about 6 minutes left, and scored 11 of his 28 points, including 6 straight Knicks buckets. Your thoughts on Cap tonight, man? What'd you think about Cap tonight?
It was a good game from Brunson. I wouldn't say it was like one of his greatest performances, but definitely a good game. Good to see him just knocking down shots from 3. I thought in that fourth quarter, man, that running 3 that he had was just really the thing that set it off for him, just to get that thing rolling for the team in the fourth quarter. But just the way he closed the game, because I didn't think he had like a great game either. He was tripling over himself, trying to find guys on the court. Like, he played a pretty sloppy game too. Like, if you didn't watch his game tonight, you look at this box score and say, hey, fantastic game from Jalen Brunson. As always, he's capable of getting his numbers, no question about it. But I thought he could have had a much more cleaner game tonight. But you know what? He showed up when it mattered most in that fourth quarter. And when you look at that, you're like, this is why you call him Captain Clutch. This is why you give him the ball in that fourth, and he delivers. And this is why he's one of the clutch players in the NBA. But I thought he could have had a better game tonight, man. Hopefully he cleans it up for tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know if this is from like extended rest, but the tripping over yourself is not a good look, man.
Yeah, he was kind of stumbling around. I also thought he didn't get them in their offense quick enough. Though part of the reason the offense is kind of stuck in the mud, especially in the first half, I didn't think he was particularly snappy in terms of his decision making. Kings would put 2 on the ball, and Knicks really didn't. They did. There's no pep. There's no pep in the step. Mikal had it. He was mad. He played with a passion. He played with an energy that
Thank
said,
God.
"Hey, I didn't come through for my team against Philly. That's my home, Nova Nick, and all of that. I didn't live up to my Nova Nick name." So he came out firing, man. What'd you think about Mikal's game tonight?
I thought he was great, man. I thought defensively, like, he was okay. I thought he could still be a little bit better and just being quicker, being more aggressive in his assignments. But I thought for tonight, offensively, it's the Mikal that we saw at the beginning of the season. I mean, the efficient 8 of 13 from the field, gets to 18 points. What I really liked was the playmaking from Mikal, and then it got back on track. I mean, how about the play where he's just diving down the paint and he find OG in the right corner for him to knock down the 3? That's the stuff that you want to see from Mikal. And then he was just out there on leaks. How about that alley that Josh had to him out in transition, man? Like, he's doing all the things that you want to see from him off ball. The thing on ball that you want to see, though, is like him being more of the initiator. I still think he could do a little bit more of that. just working through contact even better. But all in all, for a guy that was a no-show against Philadelphia, I did like the way that he played tonight offensively. Now, Kings, like I said, he didn't really, take on the DeRozan assignment like that. So,
No.
but I need him to be better defensively. CP, we know what he can be offensively. He's got to be aggressive defensively. You were brought in here to be a two-way player. We can't just rely on you to be one way of the ball. But nevertheless, good offensive game. Defense still has to improve.
Defense still has to improve. Mikal Bridges, once again, one of our role players of the game tonight. 18 points. Mikal came out firing early, got into a streak, and finished the game 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, with 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Now, another player that I liked tonight, and with very few, but Mitchie back at it, man. 7 points, 13 rebounds tonight, Al. 6 on the offensive side, along with 2 steals. I think we are going to see our first back-to-back defensive play of the game. I think Mitchie's going for it, man, for the 3rd time. I think he's getting it, and it will be well-deserved for Big Country, man. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Mitch has just been phenomenal, man. He has just been phenomenal on the glass. Honestly, when I tune in, there's really just like out of all the guys, there's just like 2 guys I can really lock in on, who come off the bench, who give you that energy, who have been pretty consistent at it. Miles McBride, Mitchell Robinson, man, and Mitch has just been on a tear recently. The way that he's performing on the glass, just dude, 13 boards in 27 minutes. Right. 13 boards in 27 minutes. And once again, CP, he is being relied on because can't rely on Cat down the stretch. Mike Brown saying, hold on, we need to go defense, okay? We need to go defense. We need a rim protector. And the way that Mitch was playing out there, man, you already know what it is, man. Getting the steals, Josh Hart leading, just getting through, right? Knocking the ball loose, Mitch right there to grab it, man. Yeah. Actually, the one thing I will say, I think Mitch's hands have gotten even better over the course of time, which is shocking.
He looks good. He's moving good. He's moving well. Looks good out there. Looks very spry defensively. Just looks to be he's in a groove right now. He's in a very good groove right now, which is why, like, even with like the trade talks and all that, like, I'm not buying it when it comes to Mitchie. Sorry, I'm not buying it. I think he's too important to this team.
Way too important.
And I just don't see it being, I don't know. Look, obviously the Greek Freak he's a different type of player. He's upper echelon type of player. But for right now, the Mitch is too important for this team, man. Way too good. He's way too good.
He's way too important, CP. I mean, look what he was doing to Sabonis tonight. Just stopping him. Eating his food. Sabonis couldn't do anything, man. And we're talking about a double-double, triple-double machine in Sabonis. And he goes out there, gets 11 points, 12 boards, 7 assists. But it really felt dwarfed. Like, it didn't feel like a star status type performance from Sabonis. And why was that? Mitchell Robinson. He 100%. Went out there, knew the assignment, battled on the boards, stopped the Kings from getting second chance opportunities, continued to give the Knicks second chance opportunities, and then even cleaned up their follies, right? Think about the one in the first half. Who was it? Was it Brunson that missed a shot and he got the quick putback? Yeah. I was like, yo. And it feels like Mitch's putbacks are a lot faster, man. Like he's reading what is happening like so quickly that he's able to like, nope, put back right now. Just doesn't even matter, man. His hand-eye coordination feels like it's gone through the roof. He's even getting passes in the paint, man. How many times do you say don't dump off the pass to Mitch in the paint? And he's fine to even get those type of passes right now. Brunson's even looking for him when he drives down in the middle to see if he can get the dump off pass for Mitch for an easy dunk. I mean, Mitch has just improved greatly, man. And I even think stuff that we haven't seen from Mitch while working the rim offensively, even though it's to grab boards, the tap-ins, man. The tap-ins are like another thing because he's getting points off of that as well. Yeah. So Mitch has just been playing so well. And the uptick in minutes is showing you that Mike Brown and the coaching staff believe in him right now because he's giving you defensive performances. This is now against Philly, and now you see it against the Kings. Who knows if he might not play tomorrow night against what? Probably won't play because it'd be the second half of back. Yeah, against Toronto.
They did have a soundbite from Mike Brown saying that they're ramping him up as if he could.
Oh,
I don't think I got to go back to that soundbite pregame, but I don't think they are closing the door on the second night of back-to-backs anymore for Mitch. I'll go back to that soundbite, but this from StatMuse. Last 8 games, Mitchell Robinson, 14 boards, 11, 11, 10, 14, 7, 10, and 13. Averaging 10 rebounds off the bench.
Wow.
This season. So Karl-Anthony Towns leading the league in rebounds per game, and Mitchie, one of your best offensive rebounders per game. It's important for what these Knicks do, man. Defensively and offensively. Very important.
Very important. You can't trade him, man, because if you get rid of him, you're losing so much. You know, what was it? When Johnny Bryant was here under Tibbs, you know how they kept talking about you have to be elite at something?
Yeah.
He's elite at a couple of things, man. Rim protection, being a 5 that can guard the perimeter and the paint, being an elite offensive rebounder. Like, if you lose that, who's doing that at that level? You can't trade him, man.
It's hard.
I get the health concerns, but what he gives you when he's available, it's unmatched.
I think he's, people want to speculate because of the contract situation, and in the past, guys who have not received their contract extensions from the Knicks have kind of been lame ducks in a way that they ultimately find themselves winning New Jersey. I think this might be a different situation with Mitch. But this was Mike Brown before the game and speaking on Mitchell Robinson and the possibility of him playing tomorrow night and on the second night of back-to-backs.
He's going to play tonight. He's going to play tonight, and then talk to the medical group and see what happens tomorrow.
So the reporter was asking what goes into the decision in terms of playing Mitch on the second night of back-to-backs. Here we go.
Really just leaning on the medical group to figure out, a plan to be smart with him. I'll usually give them my 2 cents on it, but a lot of it is just a long-term plan that they have for him, managing his minutes. It's one of the goals. Obviously, the biggest goal is to try to, make sure that he's healthy, and we're patient with the process more than anything else.
Just get.
Having him available for longer stretches, does that allow you to look at different things that you maybe haven't been able to for the first couple months of the season?
For sure,
So that this last question is from Trilogy, James Edwards. He's asking Mike Brown, based on the uptick in minutes, does that allow Mike Brown to do different things with the rotations and things of that nature?
And having him available helps us get a better feel of how to use him. And obviously, if he's going to play 20-something minutes a game, that means he and Cat have to be on the floor together. And so trying to find the right combinations to be out there on the floor with them both offensively as well as defensively.
All right, that was Mike Brown now, and we did see that again tonight. It's another 2 big lineup when the Kings went to Sabonis, and the other cat's name is that Carter. Let me look at his name. Who's the other cat? Cardwell. When the Kings had Cardwell and Sabonis in there in that fourth quarter, Brown did go with Mitch and Cat for a little bit there.
Yeah, and I thought that you got some decent returns from that. I think they're still working out the double big lineup. It's tough, man, to go to double big at this point because as much as I would like to see it, you just don't have another backup center when those guys are playing together. And it's really best when those guys are, separated for a good chunk of time, especially when you see, even like a night tonight where Cat's playing 27 minutes, you want to make sure that you have Mitchell Robinson, who is healthy and available to continue to play it the way that he is playing throughout the stretch of these games. Because if they're playing at the same time, like if you start both Mitch and Cat, that means you would have to either go to Yabusele or Huck Porty for the 5. And I don't think we know how they feel about Yabusele.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're ready to trust Huck Porty in that backup center role if you want to make Cat the full 4.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, our guy, the Yabusele showcase, baby. 3 minutes, nothing.
Good.
3 minutes and a brick three. Hey, finish +3 on the night, okay? For you GMs out there around the league, all 30 teams. If you're watching the box score tonight,
29, CP. The 30th team has it.
don't let all the goose eggs fool you. He still finished with a +3. He was still a positive out there in those minutes, okay? So we talk about being a star in your role, okay? So if that gets us Yves Misi, Alvarado, Joe Dumars and them over in New Orleans, if you're watching, he wasn't that bad tonight, man. He was very positive for us tonight.
What about Nick Richards, man? What about Nick Richards?
Nick Richards out there. That'd be interesting. He's falling out of favor with the Suns. Let's get Nick Richards in here. You know? The Yabusele showcase, baby.
All
3
the
minutes of
expensive
action.
Clarkson.
No cardiac tonight. No colic tonight. And what you think about that tonight? Second night in a row where no cardiac, no colic. Shamet got his minutes, but went back to kind of being Shamet. You're going to have your ups and your downs, but I thought second quarter, fourth quarter, but watching that unit, it's a struggle, man. It could be a struggle. Two things. For one, they need a point guard with that unit. It's tricky to say who has to lose their minutes out of like Deuce, Shamet, Hart. It's not an easy decision, but you can see it where that offense gets into ruts. I don't think it's good for Towns because it forces him to do things that you don't want him to do. And then also it puts Deuce at the point, which makes Deuce less effective. Tricky.
Just cut your losses, man. Don't stop showcasing Yabusele and just get Colic
The Yabu
and
showcase.
Clarkson
We
back
got
out
8
there.
days left, Al. Hang tight. What's the trade deadline? We got 9 days left. All right? So that's a couple games. We talking about 4 games? 4 more games of the Yabusele showcase. We got to do what we got to do, man. We got to do what we got to do. 5 minutes.
I see someone in the chat. Shout out to Alan saying Clarkson's getting traded. I don't see him getting traded, man. You need somebody who can do what he does, man. I know he was in a rut, but look, between I guess the whatever showcase you can call for 3 minutes and needing a guy who can come off the bench and be a creator and create some offense for themselves, that's where Clarkson comes in. And then this is why I like Colic, man. This is why I wanted him to stay in the rotation. He with him and Cat and with him and Brunson, he was able to find those guys and keep them in rhythm while still having a playmaker. The issue is that he's inconsistent, man, and it's fine. He's a second-year player. This is the most he's ever gotten, and I feel like Brown's just got to lead into it, man. This is the issue when you've had so many injuries and the Knicks really shot themselves in the foot by playing so bad throughout the month of January. Because now what we're seeing right here is a head coach that says, I need to win games right now because if I lose any more, we're talking play-in category. And he cannot be in that situation. You can't. How horrible would that not only look for him, but the players that, first year under Mike Brown, you're not in the top 6. You go to a play-in category. I mean, where are we at in the standings right now? Let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah.
I know the Knicks are 3rd right now, but how many games out are they? Let's see. So they're 6 games behind Detroit. 3.5 games is what are the Miami Heat. That is too close for comfort. You can't be losing, man. Can't have another stretch like you did in January.
Yeah.
And look, I know Philly is 6 and they're tied right now with the amount of games that they're behind. Technically, Philly has a better winning percentage, which is why they're 6th and Miami 7th. But you don't want to be playing with fire, man, and drop all the way down to the play-in and then, not have control of your fate.
Yeah.
Like this is the situation this team is in because they decided to, play half-ass basketball throughout the month of January. And now you're forcing guys like Colic and Clarkson having to miss games because now the whole balance of what the front office needs is saying, hey, we got to trade Yabusele. He's got to get minutes. Hey, Kolic's got to get playing time. Well, Mike Brown's probably like, I can't give him playing time, man, because we got to go out there and win some games, man. I mean, we're playing against the Sacramento Kings and we're barely scraping by through the skin of our teeth. You're telling me that these guys need minutes right now? I can't trust everybody to go out there and get me victories. So this is the situation that they're in, CP. This is the situation that they're in.
That is it, man. Youth Movement 2.0 is over with for right now. Send them on spring break. Send him to Westchester. Send him somewhere to get some run because it ain't going to be at this main club. The rotation is kind of locked right now. But, hey, things can change. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, man, $10 super chat. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat. In the chat, he says the game was a swamp. We dig the West Oxygen loss. We dig the W. Oxygen loss makes up tempo, pace a mess. The vets aboard. Unwatchable Kings remind me of the 2014 Knicks, where I didn't see players and only saw salaries. Glad we got them back, man. Yeah, got revenge, but it was close because DeRozan was just unbothered by anything the Knicks were trying to do out there. Chuck also says out $10 super chat, too much trade talk is too distracting for our team, which only needed a tweak and motivation. My eyes kept telling me trade Mike for Mike Brown for Mike Woodson. But seriously, Mike B test is April and May. Yeah, you saw Woodson on the bench there, man. Goatee looking proper as usual, trimmed up. Shout out to Mike Woodson, man. One of my favorite coaches, man. Good guy. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, maybe the trade talk is getting into Karl-Anthony Towns because, boy, he couldn't destroy. I'm sitting there with the popcorn waiting for him to put Brody in a body bag. It wasn't the case tonight.
He had one really good move, CP.
He did.
He had one really good move, and that was before the end of the half against DeRozan.
Yeah.
You know, he looked decisive, got physical, bumped him, did the spin move to get the finish with the right. I was like, that's the cat that I know. And then, especially the one that you want to get from Minnesota. And then, you know, knocks down a 3 later on in the game. And then I'm sure I can only imagine you saying we don't need that because
Twice.
you followed that one up with a step back 3.
But that's the case in point with that unit. Why that happened? Because you had the step back 3, and then he tried to take. It wasn't Caldwell. It was the other big off the dribble and falls to the ground. Wasn't Maxime Reynard? It was Maxime Reynard. He tries to take Reynard off the dribble after the step back 3.
Falls.
What kind of shot is that? And falls to the ground.
And wait, how long did it take for him to get back on the other side?
And Clyde called him out. But he said the shots were terrible. And he's like, where is this guy? So,
against the same team twice, you're out of the frame.
Same team twice. But what I also didn't like, to give Cat some bail, what I also didn't like was when they started the game and they went to him in the post, and Brody's like wrestling the guy right in front of the baseline referee. So this is where the people that say he gets a terrible whistle,
oh, he does,
agree with them wholeheartedly. Right in front of the baseline referee, bro. Brody is grabbing his arm, hugging him. No call, no nothing. I said, if that baseline referee is looking at it like that, then we're turning all fouls off. The hooks are good. Anything goes. Because what you saw also in that first quarter, bro, you saw Towns trying to politic for a call, and Brody's getting aggressive with him, and he's looking for the ref to bail him out.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, if I go back and muscle him and send him flying, it's going to be my fault. He's in a tough spot, man. He's in a tough spot.
He is, and it's like, at this point, I don't even know what you could do because clearly he's not going to adjust the hooking or anything like that out of his game. He's going to continue to do that, which they're going to call. So they're going to keep saying, oh, if you're going to keep doing this, we're going to keep going on you, which then goes against for him getting the credit for any guy that's just going to be, you know, any guy that's essentially wrestling him because, you know what there's probably in the rest mind is that it's this, CP. They probably know at some point in this game, he's going to hook. He is going to throw the elbow. He is going to throw something to somebody against the smaller opponent, and they will have to wrestle. We have to give him that wrestling because somewhere down the line, he's going to catch him with a cheap shot, and that's probably what they're thinking. Like this is probably what goes on in the back room with the NBA's because with the rest because you know they have their meeting saying, all right, let's be on the lookout for this. You know who this is going to do. And you know that laundry list of what Karl-Anthony Towns likes to do, like offensively, that will be called a foul. And so they're probably waiting for it, man. And this is where like it just shoots himself in the foot where it's like if you just cut down on these things where if the refs don't call for you, they probably will lean towards you and give you calls in your favor. And I will say this too, like, even though he does get a bad whistle, he does get to the free throw line a good amount of times. I mean, they can't call everything for the man, too. They're also looking for him to adjust and say, hey, I'll get you to the line 7 times, but I can't get you to the line like 30 times. This is craziness.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I definitely hear that. But as First Lady of Sports said in the chat, I couldn't agree more. You know, Brown's not fighting. He's not fighting for you guys, man. Like,
No, he's just sitting on the bench, just chilling.
Like nothing in the post press conference. Hey, how are we defining a foul here for my guy? He's getting wrestled by Russell Westbrook off his spot. Now, if he goes back to try to establish position, is he going to get called for an offensive foul? We don't know how to play this here. You know, you see where he's taller than the defender at times, the wing defender, and he gets caught for the elbow and all of that because he's trying to establish position. The coach has got to fight for him too a little bit too, man. You got to politic for your guy. Tibbs would do that. Phil Jackson was notorious for doing that. I don't hear Mike Brown, any of these guys. Captain Clutch, somebody. Can somebody speak up for the guy? I know everybody wants to say, he's got to speak for himself, but the coach also, you know, put some money on the line. You just got some of that in-season that NBA Cup money. Put some of that NBA Cup money in the league office jar. So, you know, forget the family show. Throw the family show out the window and go crazy for your guy in a press conference.
You know, I was gonna say I was concerned that he was gonna lose that call against Russ initially when he gave him the elbow. I was like, oh man,
I thought he was gonna lose it. I thought he was gonna lose it.
Man,
yeah. How about the challenge situation, bro? Because that was another thing with Brown. Like
the lack of challenges.
I don't know if it's a Jordan Brink thing, a Brown thing, but early in the first quarter, you had the ball go out of Keon Ellis's hands, a blatant out of bounds on Keon Ellis. The referee missed it. Brown never challenged. I put it out there that he's allergic to the challenges. People said it's early. It's early. Okay, fine. It is early. I'll give him that.
It's early for what?
To challenge.
Oh, in the game, you mean?
People were saying it's too early. First quarter. I said, okay. All right, that's fair. It's too early. And then they challenge the precious charge that Stevie Wonder could have seen was a charge. This is why I'm like, bro, like, what's going on with the computer? What kind of computers they using on the sidelines, Alex? What is going on with the technology, man?
The technology didn't change because Tibbs was really good at it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Stevie Wonder could have seen it from a mile away. I said, what are we doing? Why are they challenging that? That is a textbook offensive foul. I couldn't understand it, bro.
I'm trying to find Mike Brown's challenge
record.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to see how many he's challenged. You know, like what is his challenge rate?
Okay, let's see here. What year was this?
These guys running on Windows 95. Like, what's going on, man?
Mike Brown is 28-18 for the season.
28-18.
Yep.
But yeah, I wish. I guess it's hard to quantify out of how many possibilities, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you could say 28-18. He's got a positive record, but if he's conservative with calling him, you know, all the records can't be made equal, right? Some guys, I'm sure, challenge more. Or is there a challenge frequency stat?
Let's see. I'm trying to find this.
Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat. We're doing some research. Knicks win 103-87. Call us up in the KFTV Discord. Let's talk about it. We're getting into it right now, man. CP and Alex on the ones and twos.
Trying to find the win percentage right here. Mm-hmm. Shockingly enough, Mark Dagnall for the OKC Thunder, 38-10.
Okay.
Right behind him, JB Bickerstaff, 33-11.
Okay. All right. 33-11. Okay.
Mike Brown is 6th on the season when it comes to the win-loss record.
Interesting.
For challenges. But I'm not getting the frequency.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, we can see with our eyes. It's not enough. It's not enough. And very, very peculiar in terms of the timing. Shout out to King Blaze 6960 out $50 super chat. Says teams go through losing streaks. That's info on winning chips. Make the right moves and let everyone feel make everyone feel like everyone is playing their ability on defense to motivate everybody on your team to play hard. It's like infection. Yeah, defense is infectious for sure.
I'd also like to say I would like to correct the stat because StatMuse is not doing anything correct. They're just giving me the win-loss record. They're not even giving me the coaching challenge record. This is ridiculous.
Oh, that's just okay. Yeah.
So they actually mess it. They're not even giving me.
No,
it says here it's doing the search coaches challenge win-loss record for the season, and it's just giving me the regular season wins losses. So
okay, no, there's got to be some other analytics website that'll track it. We'll find it. We'll find it down the road. Shout out to Ray Nobletta Al, $10 super chats. This ugly and sloppy game tonight, but they got it done in the end when it counted. Until Kolek can prove he can run the second unit consistently, we need to get a proven backup point guard before the deadline. Is that Grand Theft Alvarado? Time will tell. But yeah, I think they're in a tricky spot. They're lucky they played the Kings tonight, but even against the Kings, it didn't look so good. But against a tougher team, I think it's going to be tough, and it's going to be harder to get Towns good looks with that unit. Shout out to Spank Toast, franchise channel member, $5 super chat says, everyone in attendance wants centimeters from tearing their eyes out from all them turnovers. How many turnovers tonight out? 21? 21 turnovers?
21.
21 turnovers tonight. Can't make it up. Cannot make it up. All right, let's get to the phones, and then we'll get to the key stats tonight. We'll hear from Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson. Let's get to the Knicksfix on the Discord. Knicksfix, kick us off tonight, man.
CP Alex, what up, guys?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, watching the Knicks play in the first three quarters make being a doctor look easy. Bro, yo,
it's tough. Man.
It is brutal, man. It is brutal. Like you watching these games, and you just kind of like Mike Brown. Like the one thing that got me ticked off, man, was that non-challenge. Like, bro, what are you guys watching? Right? Like, it's clearly off Ellis. The other thing too, man, is like they need a guard. They need a backup guard in that second unit because I forgot the lineup they were running out there, man. But it was what was it? It was Deuce.
It's usually
Mikal,
Deuce. It's usually Deuce. They had Deuce Hart. At times they had Shamit, and then likely either OG Mikal and then Towns.
Yeah, that's a brutal lineup, man. Because what you see is exactly what got us in the hole in those 9 out of 11 losses. You see the Knicks just standing around the 3-point perimeter, there's no penetration and kicking.
Right, and that's when Towns gets in his own way.
Exactly. So he's chucking up shots, he's doing whatever, and yeah. But this is now the second game you're seeing back to back where Cat doesn't close. You got Deuce and you got Mitch in the closing lineup. I don't know, man. There's like I called in earlier on the previous show, right? There's two ways we can go. Either you swing for the fences and you go get Giannis, or you make those margin moves where it's kind of like, all right, pick up the Alvarado or the Misi, right? Because that's the needs right now. So I don't know. I'll take the win tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's a good test, right? We got the Raptors, but yeah, dude. I mean, OG, bro. I'm gonna say this before I leave. Yeah, OG. If he puts the ball on the floor, he's gonna turn it over. If he passes the ball, he's gonna turn it over. So the only thing OG can do is just shoot the ball on offense.
Yeah, tonight wasn't. I mean, remember in the Philly game, he had 7 dunks in the Philly game. It's a mixed bag.
Right.
Tonight was probably his worst game as a Knick, but it's all right.
And that first quarter, you got Mikal looking like, please don't trade me, bro.
yeah. Mikal said, don't trade me whatsoever, man. Knicksfix, appreciate the call, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. The Knicksfix on the Discord. Okay, moving to some more callers. We're going to get some more members in here. Let's go to Grabba. Grabba on the Discord. How you feeling, bro?
Yo, I'm in the spot.
You in here. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, doing well, man. Can't complain, Tuesday night, got the win. It was ugly, but, that's how we do.
This was a weird game, fellas. Like, they kept saying it on the broadcast, but, like, the crowd was just, like, it felt like the crowd was just there, kind of, like, just witnessing. Like, I don't really know, like, Cat started screaming to the crowd, and, like, literally, it sounded like they got quieter. Like, I don't know. It was a weird game tonight.
I did see that. I was like,
he's, like, screaming at the crowd, and it's like nobody's even screaming back. I'm just like, what's going on? I guess the snowstorm, wherever we just in the area, just went to the game tonight, I guess.
That's right.
But, I mean, it wasn't pretty. that was pretty much it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. I don't even think it was gritty. It just wasn't pretty.
Nah.
A bunch of turnovers. OG, I don't know what side of the bed OG woke up on. Had 3 straight turnovers. So I'm just like, damn, what's going on tonight? You know, the captain had to come bail them out per usual. Big game tomorrow. I don't think Mitch gonna play that back to back. I really wish Mike Brown would have kept him for tomorrow, but he really wanted his dub, I guess.
Well, he might play tomorrow. We played that soundbite earlier, and it seems like if Mitch feels good, tomorrow's a possibility as well against the Raptors. It's a possibility, man.
Okay, I mean that's a step in the right direction then for Mitch. So
yeah,
no, even if he does play, hopefully he's feeling good and he could provide, you know, what he does. And like I said, the unit with him and Deuce, that's looking like a good closing unit. Like they just a bunch of defenders, around Jalen, so he could just do his thing and is looking good. So good win tonight. Not overly impressed, but at least we're getting back on track a little bit. We got a good test tomorrow, so hopefully these guys come out, and they do their thing. So I'm gonna holler at y'all. Everybody have a good night. Number 1 show for the fans, by the fans. That'd be easy.
Grabba on the Discord. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Grabba on the Discord. Okay. So it's everybody in the chat, man. CB the franchise, Alex Rotaros on the 1s and 2s. Knicks get the win, 103-87. As he said, it was a weird game, capped off by the Knicks' sloppy play offensively, turnovers all over the place, and really just allowing this Kings team to hang around. And they could have beaten the Knicks, could have very easily lost this game, could have had a different result had it not been for the heroics of one Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, man. Jalen Brunson comes back into the game in the fourth quarter and scores 11 out of his 28 points, a team-high 28 points for Captain Clutch, saving the day from, saving the Knicks, rather, from a rather bum night. Here is the captain now with our guy Han Solo after the game. Here's what Captain Clutch had to say. Here we go.
Jalen, they don't say how, they say how many. What did it take in that fourth quarter to finally get this win?
Some stops, concentration, and just staying focused. I mean, on any given night, you don't know what can happen in this league. So we got to stay focused, keep working, keep grinding out day by day.
All right, that's 3 straight wins now. It seems like the team has kind of gotten its footing back after a bit of a stretch there where you were struggling. What has been the difference these last 3 games?
Our focus. I mean, we got focus, attention to detail. It was big for us. And I mean, we're a really good team. But like I said, on any given night, something can happen. So we got to stay focused. Attention to detail is big for us.
Mitchell Robinson, again, big on the boards. He has been such a factor for you, offensive rebounding for this entire team. What is the difference having him on the floor?
I mean, he's a difference maker on both sides of the ball. So when he's out there, he's always going to produce for us. It's just who he is.
All right, thanks very much, Jalen. Congratulations. Jalen.
All right, that was Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, ladies and gentlemen, and saying, hey, you got to lock in, got to stay focused, because you could get knocked off by anybody in this league. Well, tonight certainly wasn't their night on the focus standpoint, but did what they had to do to get the close, and 2 players that were a big part of it, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Mikal Bridges, man. What'd you think about the captain tonight, and especially in the close, 11 points in that fourth quarter?
About him closing the fourth quarter, or talk about, or his comments with?
No, just overall, just his overall game, including closing out the fourth quarter, helping the team close out.
Look, man, in the fourth quarter, it's what he does best. He's out there just able to create something out of nothing. And he almost played 7 minutes. He went 4 for 4 in those 7 minutes, CP. 2 of 2 for downtown, made his free throws, got 1 board, 1 assist. That's 11 points that he put up there in that fourth quarter. And when you need to rely on somebody, that's just what he does, man. This is why the whole point is to make the game easier for him. So that way, when it comes down to the fourth quarter, if he's needed, he can get busy. Now, I feel like he made the game more difficult for himself at the course of this one, but he did close this thing very strongly. 4-4, very efficient, creating for himself, utilizing that footwork and that strength, man, that we've just been so accustomed to seeing since he's joined the Knicks. Phenomenal performance in the fourth quarter, man. Just very efficient and very clean.
Jalen Brunson, our player of the game, once again finished with 28 points on this one. Had to get it out the mud for his team. 4 of 8 from downtown and 9 of 17 from the field. Now, we also mentioned another player who was significant in this one, man. That was the Block Nest monster, Mitchell Robinson. 7 points, 13 rebounds, 6 on the offensive side for the Block Nest monster, and also chips in with 2 steals. So great job there by Mitchell Robinson. And then we got to shout out the guys we talked about who kind of set the tone for his team for the night, even though it would take a while for the rest of his guys to follow. And that was Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, man, setting a good one for his team tonight. 18 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds from Mikal, and 8 of 13 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, and a steal. So after the Philly debacle, Mikal Bridges gets back on track, man. Got into a little bit of a rut, man. That's what I said on today's show earlier. You know, shooters get into a little bit of a rut. You know, now Mikal, he's his second year in a row now where his effort kind of comes into question. Is he pacing himself? Is it the Iron Man thing? You know, it gets kind of dicey, especially here in New York where we expect you to go 2,000 miles an hour every night.
Well, I think it's more so the Iron Man thing, TV, because can't be battling every single night and, you know, get through injuries and bumps and bruises if, you know, if you're playing at 120% every single night. So I think he's pacing himself.
This is true. This is true. We're going to get to our key stats of the night. I forgot protocol, Alex. Hang on. Let me shine him up. Shine up the squad award here. Shine them up. Shine them
Beautiful.
Up for the fans, by the fans towel. Oh, I see you there. I see you there in HD now, man. There you go, man. Boom. There it is. 100K. This is for the 100,000 subscribers with KFTV, man. This is for you guys. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. If you guys are one of 100K, throw 100 in the chat and we will shout you guys out. I'm just not sure when I'm going to put this thing up. I just kind of like holding it out here to flex it for the people, man. Let the people see their award. This is our award right here. It's the People's Award. Go ahead and throw 100 in the chat to shout it out. And 100 KFTV merch is now available, people. We're going to put it up in the chat right now. Those of you at home live shopping 100 KFTV merch, I just got word from the manufacturer. They will be shipping tomorrow. So fast shipping. Get over to KnicksFanTV.com and get yours today. The 100 KFTV merch, man. And we have them available in the orange and blue colorway, as voted on by the fans, but also the gold as voted on for the fans, Val. We gave the people both choices to go with. So we've now put it in the chat. And there you go, man. KnicksFanTV.com is where you can get it. Your 100 KFTV t-shirts. Al, who you want to shout out in the chat, man? People throwing them 100s up, man. Who you want to shout out in the chat, man?
Shout out to Wise Guy, man. We got Never Forgive Action in here. Shout out to you guys for being franchise channels. We got Randy Johnson in here. We got who else we got in here? We got B Hutch. Shout out to B Hutch. We got William Burton in here too. Shout out to Chuck. Throw a PE in the chat as well. Who else we got in here? We got Sheem Robinson, Too Cold T Cole. Shout out to you.
T Cole.
Who else we got in here, man? Mustafa. Shout out to you, my man.
Shout out to Mustafa, man. Absolutely.
And rare additions in here too, man. We got Lawrence Peters. We got a good group in here, man. We got Billy R. Shout out to you as well. We got the DJ Edsy. Shout out to you. We got Zach, New York to LA. Let's go.
There we go. Hard Cheesy, I see you, man. Shout out to everybody that was with us earlier today. Shout out to Ari. What's Ari talking about? He said garbage win. Insane. Yeah, so Ari's tight. Shout out to Ari, man. Ari's in his Ari back. Will Latimer checking in, holding us down for the Atlanta crew. Lawrence Peters, we see you in here, man. A lot of the day ones in here. Franchise channel members in here doing double duty. Never Forgive Action. We see you checking in. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, of course. Okay. All right, let's get to the key stats of the night. And we'll get to it, man. Knicks shot 47% from the field, 40 for the Kings, 41% for the Knicks from downtown to 17 for the Kings. Kings shot 5 of 30 from downtown. Knicks did do a lot better. Here's an upgrade. Here's an improvement. They did a lot better from the charity stripe tonight. 16 of 18, 89%, and a stark difference from Saturday night's debacle. Both teams finished tied in the rebounding battle. You know, we gave Mitchell Robinson a lot of high marks, but Kings did battle there, and thought that allowed the Kings to kind of stay in this game where Sabonis, he kind of got a couple hustle offensive rebounds, and Chandler and those guys. So give credit to the Kings that kind of hung in there with the Knicks on the boards, even though the Knicks had their big rebounding trio in Mitch, Hart, and Cat out there. Kings still battled. Assist battle, Knicks won 24-18, so you had 24 assists on 37 made field goals for the Knicks. But here it is, the turnovers. 21 Knick turnovers leading to 20 Kings points. And conversely, Kings turned the ball over 17 times, leading to 23 Knick points. Points in the paint, Knicks lost that one, man, 42-34. And then largest lead of the night, 18 for the Knicks, 5 for the Kings. Knicks led this one by 81% of the time. Your thoughts?
This is not even for the Knicks. This is not even their stat. I'm looking at the 16.7% to be exact. And by that is a 3-point shooting percentage of the Sacramento Kings. And why am I bringing up that number? This team barely won this game. And this team was abysmal from downtown, man. Abysmal. But yet they were able to stay in this thing. And this is just where, if this team is just so bad from shooting from downtown, and I told you, this team is dead last in three-pointer attempts, and 19th in percentage. They shoot about 35%. They were way below that, obviously, with this number. But yet the Knicks allowed them to stay in this game because of costly turnovers. So what I'm looking at here is the correlation of, like, if you played a cleaner game and if you focused on forcing this team to shoot even more threes, you could have had a better victory and could have had a good night, man. So I'm not really looking at anything from the Knicks' perspective outside of the turnovers that you mentioned. I'm looking at the Kings' 3-point shooting percentage because you could have leaned in tonight. They didn't have Zach LaVine. They didn't have anybody that could shoot a wide open three. Dennis Schroeder had so many wide open chance opportunities, missed them, clanked them, back iron. Like, yeah, you got to take advantage, man. And I don't know where the scouting report is. This is where you're looking at Mike Brown, who, look, he comes from that San Antonio Spurs coaching tree of Greg Popovich. Where's that attention to detail saying, hey, these guys are awful at shooting at three? I'm looking at the coach now. They are awful at shooting at three. Why are we not forcing them to shoot more threes? Why are we not walling off the paint and forcing these guys to their weakness? The Knicks just failed from top to bottom in that and created a tougher game than need be.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. I'm going to go on the turnover side. Jalen Brunson did talk about the fact that they needed to be more focused tonight. I didn't think that was there. It wasn't like you're playing a team like the Pistons and the Denver Nuggets in a dogfight 2 minutes ago in Denver. Pistons up by 2. But it's not like you're playing a team like this that can force the turnovers out of your hands. The Knicks were literally just throwing it to the Kings and handing them the knife to stab them with. And so you gotta just be sharper, man. Attention to detail. You had 2 nights off. You came back up from the Turnpike. It wasn't like you came back from out west. You had more than enough rest from that Philly game. You just gotta lock in mentally. I thought they played down to the competition, if you will, in this game. And this is a team that embarrassed you just a short time ago. But either way, they got the job done. But they got to cut down on the turnovers. 7 turnovers for the dog, OG Anunoby, in this one. So hopefully they need to be a lot better because it's only going to get harder as the week goes on. You look at Toronto on Wednesday night. Toronto's going to look to get out in transition off of any of those turnovers. They want to play fast, and they will with the Knicks on tired legs. You got the Portland Trailblazers, another team that wants to get out and go, led by Denny. And then you end the week with Luka, LeBron in their home away from home where they want to do their best work. So Knicks are going to have to lock in as the week progresses. No question about it. Okay. Any comments on that?
Yeah, man, it's just going to be a tough week. Portland's only 2 games away from being 500 at this point. They're a playing team, but
yeah,
they're playing very well. They're competing. So we already saw them not too long ago. Same time we played the Kings. Got to be ready for that team as well.
Got to be ready, man. Got to be ready. So, and speaking of get ready, Al, and good people in the chat, I told you guys this. Shout out to everybody that was with us on the lunchtime live. I told you guys from the holiday giveaway the LJ Swingman jersey for everybody that made a purchase on KnicksFanTV.com between Black Friday and the end of the year. We're going to throw your name in a drawing before the end of tonight's show, so everybody hang tight. And somebody's going to go home with this, Al. Somebody's going to go home with this. We're going to do the drawing at the end of the night. And we got a lot of other giveaways that we got to catch up on throughout the year, which we will. But tonight, this will be tonight's prize, plus the Knicks won. All right, let's get to the phones, man. We see some people in the chat. Let's get through it rapid fire because we got another show tomorrow. Let's get to the arena report. StgNick, go ahead with your report, sir.
My report is it was kind of dead in there, but I'm not not really too shocked in there. Yeah, I mean, it's, January 27th, middle of the week, but they came out kind of, energy was kind of flat.
Yeah.
But, the first three quarters was kind of rough. Like you touched on pretty much everything, just like sloppy play. Like when you go out and you play teams like Oklahoma City, they're really good at turning you over. But I can't even look at tonight saying it was anything the Kings they were doing. It was more so just self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, lack of attention to detail and just like, I don't know. It's just like they look kind of out of it. But then in the fourth quarter, Captain Clutch seals the deal. I haven't heard many people complaining about Kolek minutes. The Tibbs Hive, we live to see another day because, Brown is going with the guys he trusts. Like
the youth movement is over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he's going with the guys that he trusts. Like these are the guys that I think, that are giving him the best chance to win. And that's what he's going to do. Because like Alex touched on it, like they put themselves in this position where now seeding is a little tight there in the East, and that's why tomorrow's important. The Knicks have already beat the Raptors, I think, twice. So
yeah,
they play each other, I think, five
times this year. Al, five times this year. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So got to come out there tomorrow. Hopefully Mitchie plays. That'd be nice. And then go from there.
Good stuff, STG. You're not going up to T-Dot, right? You don't really go up there, do you?
No, I'm not going up there.
Okay.
But we'll be back, Friday, and then Sunday's going to be a big one. You going to go out there Sunday?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there Sunday, man. I'll be there. I got to see Bron and them, man. Could be the last time. So I'm in there. I'm with the hype. I'm in there.
For sure. Luka hasn't played in the Garden in like 2 years either.
In a while. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, man. Stay up, man. StgNick on the Discord. Okay, I see some of the sound bites. Sent me a couple. Okay. I see that, Al. All right, let's load up some more people on the Discord. Hear what they got to say as we keep it rolling. Here we go. Let's get to Spooky Dookie on the Discord. Spooky, are you there? What's his name on the Discord? Spooky, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm live?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're live, sir. How are you, man?
Hey, just calling in again because I was the guy that was upset with the whole fouls and Mike Brown thing. And he's still not rubbing me the right way with these challenges and whatnot, but it's okay. We're winning right now.
Yeah.
Still tired of Towns hooking, but I'm also tired of the refs not calling anything for Towns. He was getting hacked.
Tricky whistle, man.
Yeah, most of the game. I also wanted to say I don't mind sitting out Mitch the next game just because, respect the monster's health. And we don't have back-to-backs in the playoffs. You might as well just, sit him out this one. I'd rather lose this game than lose Mitch.
Okay, so you're saying it's not worth it. Okay, no problem. No problem.
That's really all I got to say. Shout out to the channel. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Support these people. These are great people.
Appreciate you, man. Spooky on the Discord. There we go. All right, we got a couple good sound bites here from Mike Brown. Good stuff by you, Alex. Let's get to it. Knicks win 103-87. Let us know. Spooky's in the chat. He's letting us know why he's mad. If you mad too, man, let us know. If you want to call somebody out, Al, Battle of the Fans is picking up steam. If there's a caller who you heard tonight, good people in the chat, and you want to call him out on the Discord, call us up on the Discord, and we'll do our best to engage in a battle of the fans, man. This is number one show for the fans, by the fans. This is what we try to do for the people. This is what we try to do, man. Okay, let's hear from Mike Brown and what he had to say. A couple of interesting sound bites here. Here's Mike Brown on his thoughts on the game. Here we go.
Ugly game, but I thought in the first half, the we didn't do a good job of taking care of the basketball. We didn't do a great job of hitting the paint and spraying the basketball. But our defense stayed pretty solid throughout the game, especially in the second half. They're a team that can score the basketball at a pretty high clip. Obviously, DeMar was rolling tonight. I thought in the second half we did a good job of not sending him to the free throw line. That was one of the biggest differences in the game. And then, in that fourth quarter, you're not going to stop a guy like DeMar, but you hopefully try to slow him down a little bit. And I thought Mikal defensively was really good with his physicality and not fouling while he was being physical. So he didn't get to the free throw line, and then Mikal made him work for every shot that he attempted in that fourth quarter. So good fourth quarter defensively by Mikal and the rest of the group. Our defensive player of the game, who impacted it at a high level throughout the entire game, was Mitch. Mitch was really good for us on that end of the floor.
All right, so that was Mike Brown speaking on his guys. Sloppy, but he said he liked how the defense recovered there in the second half, and particularly spoke on Mikal Bridges' defense on DeMar DeRozan. Now, as you said, Alex, and a lot of people said, Karl-Anthony Towns was not a part of that closing lineup tonight. Again, here was Mike Brown on Karl-Anthony Towns and kind of being MIA in these big moments. Here we go.
Well, I know at the end of the game, we had a group out on the floor and it was playing well, and it's a tight ball game, and so I just rode that group to the end of the game. So, which I've done before, but he went. I think we had Deuce out there who wasn't a starter, and Mitch out there who's not a starter. So, again, we need to get the win. And the biggest thing was, Mikal. Was at 37, but other than Mikal, everybody was at decent minutes, especially knowing we got a game tomorrow.
All right, so what he really wanted to say without saying it is, we need defense, we need stops to close these games, and I need smarts. I need my smartest and my best defenders to close the game. Nothing against the bodega, but if your name ain't Brunson, you ain't closing. Your closing minutes ain't guaranteed, Al. It's not guaranteed. And secondarily, if your name's not hard, your closing minutes ain't guaranteed.
I mean, you probably saw that step back three and it's like, oh, good Lord. I don't need none of that. What's funny is that Mike Brown is sounding like us on the show, CP.
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Even the first one was
in Toronto. We got it from here, man.
Well, think about the first clip he played. Ugly game. Yeah, we said that.
Yeah.
Gave Mitch, obviously the prize, he gave Mitch defensive player of the game. So there you go. Mitch now ties for defensive player of the game with OG. And then obviously with Cat, I think it's more than that, man. I think it's more than just saying, hey, we just want defense out there and smarts. I think it's saying that he hasn't been really effective to keep him out there on the floor.
Yeah.
And that's just been on the season, man. We talked about it so many times. This is a down year for Karl-Anthony Towns. Offensively, it's just been a struggle for him to get into rhythm. At the start of the season, everyone's been talking about it. We broke it down here on the show, saying, he didn't know where he was going to fit into this offense. Still trying to figure it out, man. And I think right now what we're seeing is a cry for help from Karl-Anthony Towns himself, because the step back threes, the figuring out it seems like even with, I think it was McBride, he was calling for the ball at the foul line and trying to create something out of nothing. And I'm like I can't even remember how it ended. I know it ended with like some crazy floater off the backboard that didn't even connect. But I'm like, what were you aiming for? Like, what was processing through your brain to go to that move? Like, at least with the play before the half, it's like, all right, I'm gonna knock DeRozan off his block, spin, and get to my strong side. That's how I'm gonna finish. I just didn't see how he was gonna collect on that one when trying to get that pass from McBride. I think it was in the third quarter. So, look, I think overall it's Mike Brown saying he's just not really effective right now as who he's supposed to be, offensively, defensively. So if I'm not going to get anything offensively from this guy, why should I continue to leave him out there, especially since there's no real connection between him and Brunson? Like you brought it up, man. Like these guys don't have a two-man game. So what actually is going to work out there? And I'm pulling up the fourth quarter right now because CP, this is Cat in the fourth quarter, right? He played 5 minutes and 9 seconds according to NBA.com. He took 7 field goal attempts, all right? 5 of them being threes, and he only hit 2. So only hit 2 threes out of the 7, you know? But when you look at the entire thing, because there were 2 shots that were outside of the 3-point line that he tried to attempt, he wasn't effective offensively, man. Now, while the numbers for 3 look okay, you just watched it, and he just doesn't look there, man. He does not look like the efficient scoring big that we saw last season, that he was built to be coming from Minnesota, and it's just been a struggle. We know defensively, but offensively too. So why continue to play somebody when you have Mitch, who played 9 minutes and 24 seconds in that fourth quarter, doesn't need the ball, allows Bridges and Brunson to be their offensive selves, and continues to close out the game. And so that's where you get Brunson going 4 for 4. That's where you get Bridges going 3 for 4 from the field. So I think this is what Mike Brown is seeing and saying, let me lean into this. And this is now game 2 in a row where you had that small unit in Philadelphia, and now this unit going out against the Kings. I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow against the Trailblazers.
Yeah, likewise. And you have here, looks like Jamal Murray's at the line for 3, Alex. And Javonte Green getting called twice on fouling Jamal Murray on back-to-back Denver 3-point possessions, with Denver trying to keep pace with the Pistons. Here's number 2, and he missed. Pressure. It ain't easy hitting them free throws to save the day. 0.7 seconds left. So now he's got to go for the patented intentional chuck and hope his guys can save him. I don't think Aaron Gordon's even there. Is Aaron Gordon hurt? Aaron Gordon's not playing. Here we go. There it is, 0.7. Off the rim. Oh! That's it, nothing. Detroit survives, 109-107. They try to give it to him. He bricked it. He choked. And there you go. Pistons win again. Pistons win again on the road. No joker, but hey, Mile High is always a tough place to win. And the Pistons get the job done.
Pistons got the 2nd most wins in the NBA right now, man.
Yeah. That's true. Hey, we got to see them again when they come to the Garden. And you know who's going to be ready when they come to the Garden?
Jalen Brunson.
And Big Country. Because he goes home again, Al, with the 3-peat. We got him. The 3-peat. Mitchell Robinson goes home with the Timbs and the hard hat as a defensive player of the game. Here goes the locker room picture. There goes everybody. You see Mikal. He's in his spot, man, ushering him in. There's Deuce right there. There's Yabusele, a.k.a. the Showcase. There he is. Clarkson's kind of hiding out. Yeah, Clarkson looks like he got DMP'd tonight, man. He kind of looks like he's all over the place. You know, he don't really know where he's at right now. He's kind of lost in the sauce. There's Shaman. He's back in the mix. And there you go. Carl's there. There you go, man. What do you think, Mitchie?
What is Brunson holding in the background?
Wait, what is Cap holding in the background? I don't know.
Are those tongs?
Let me see here. Hang on, let me see if somebody.
What is that?
Let me see if somebody zoomed in on Cap. All right, somebody zoomed in on Shamit. That was a little off. All right, I don't know what's up with the post there, but anyway, yeah, there we go. Mitchie's going home with it.
I sent you the zoom in.
Oh, you sent me the zoom in. Okay. Hang on.
Shout out to NBA New York, man, for always getting this.
All right, here we go. Okay, wait, what is that? What is that?
What is that?
It looked like a knife.
It looks like, ain't no way it's a knife where you have like something. Come on, man.
a hoop knife. What is that? What kind of device is Cap holding there, man? Oh my Lord!
Is this his way threatening Mike Brown, saying, "Hey man, I need to get a defensive player of the game"?
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, and shout out to KFTV Byron for picking this up, and this one This was on the telecast. Shout out to Ryan Giovanni and the good people at MSG. They put this graphic up with Mitchell Robinson as the leader in the well, he's now tied OG for defensive player of the games. He's now tied OG. So Mitch has 6, OG has 6, Hart has 4, Mikal Bridges 3, Deuce has 3, Huckporty 2, and then Clarkson, Towns, Shamet, Jemison, and McCullough is 1-1. So there's one person missing here. There is one person missing from winning the defensive player of the game, and that is Captain Clutch, Al.
Do you think he will ever win?
He's going to get one this year. We're going to issue the challenge.
You think he's going to get one this year?
In memory of the late, great Kobe Bryant, we are issuing the Mamba Challenge to Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson. All his teammates, they're getting the Tims, they're getting the hard hats and all of that. Cap, is your turn, man. You got to get one. He's got to get one, Alex.
You believe he'll get one?
Yes, I believe he'll get one. For him, it's not going to take too much, man. It's not going to take. All he got to do, I put it on Twitter, get like 3 pickpocket steals and draw 2 offensive fouls. He should have it. In a win. In a win.
Who's this team against? Let's play this game. Who's the team against that he gets this at? Who?
Give me a who's a high turnover team with no point guard? 3 pickpockets. Not a a dribbler that you just pick up the ball and you get a steal. No. You go get it. You go get that. Because he's not going to get a block. He's not going to get a block shot, right?
No.
I mean, hey, he could go Nate Robinson on Yao Ming. He could go there.
All right, CP. I'm going to ask you these teams to think because we're more than halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Let's go down through the rest of the schedule. I'm going to skim through some of this because Toronto
could
really
he could. Yeah,
okay.
maybe he strips quick tomorrow. Maybe he gets quick tomorrow.
All right, man. Portland.
Another one. No. If Denny's running point, you're probably not getting it.
I was about to say, man. Come on.
I'm saying he could pick somebody's pockets. They turn their back.
Lakers.
Probably not.
I'm asking you who he's going to get defensive player of the game against, CP. Not if he could strip these guys and get one of those steals. Come on, man.
Yo, anything is possible. He can get it, man. All he needs, 2 strip. Maybe he gets one of those block shots where he like rests his hand on the guy's shoulder and keeps him from fully elevating. Then he gets a block shot. 2 offensive fouls and a combination of like 3 steals and a block, and a fortunate block. He can get it, man. What do you guys think of the chat, man?
It's going to have to be against the Wizards, man.
Against the Wizards? Okay.
Or the Pacers, one of those 2 teams.
All right. There he is. Captain Clutch, the Mamba Challenge. We are issuing the Mamba Challenge.
Oh, CP.
Clutch. Yeah.
Here we go. He actually got a block today. Look at that.
He did? He got a block today?
Yeah.
I got to go back and look at the tape. Who did he get a block on?
That's a good. I didn't even recognize that one.
Okay. Well, we are issuing the challenge to Captain Clutch.
So he got a block today, CP, and he could even get the award. So there you go.
Well,
he needs to do a little bit more.
He needs to do a little bit more. Give me a couple good closeouts. A couple steals, strip steals, and couple charges. 2 charges for Cap. That's how the story has to end. There needs to be a chapter where he moves from being the creep in the back of the room to being on the chair. And then then nobody sits next to him. And then,
I don't think he's gonna get one, CP. I don't think he'll get one this season.
All right, we'll see, man. I'm putting my money on Captain Clutch.
If he does, is against some team that shouldn't even. It's like giving up completely at the end of the season.
I'm
looking at the Hornets
on Captain Clutch, man. All right, man. Let's run through some of these calls, and then we got to give this jersey away. Carlo from the Philippines. Carlo, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hello.
Yes. How are you, man?
Kamusta kayo?
How you doing, bro?
Great win. Mm-hmm. But the turnovers are horrible. But
yeah.
There is this one Josh Hart's tendencies that irks me besides cut silly fouls.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to jump while passing, and it's carjack play for me.
Yeah.
There's also Walt pointed out about my same sentiments about Kat during the last 10 games, not getting back on defense and being out of the frame. But I have this observation on his offense. I've never seen him being deep in the post and dominating. Just play aggressive. And I think OG's turnovers is just because he's being overzealous lately because he plays so aggressive.
Yeah.
That's why he's stumbling and bumbling. If only we could amalgam OG and Mikal and create a perfect basketball player. Like fusion technique in Dragon Ball, like fuse OG with Mikal's control and balance. You create a perfect basketball player.
Yeah.
But speaking of Mikal, I think he saw the trade rumors and now you mean to tell me you can play like this every game? I mean, where's this version of Mikal on the Mavs game?
Yeah.
We would not have this trade conversation if you only played aggressive. I mean, your switch should be turned on every time. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
But just to piggyback about the lack of coaches challenges, and by the way, this is not a Thibs fan TB statement. By the way, I think it's Coach Dice should be rehired. I think he got good eyes on those replays.
Okay.
During his time on Thibs. That's all I have to say.
I don't know, man. Something's up with the whole Jordan Brink situation. Something is up with that, man. So something is up with that. They haven't been able to get on the same page. Let's get to Hassib. Hassib, go ahead and unmute your mic. Rapid fire.
Yo, CP, do you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. I'm actually driving back from the Garden, so I was at the game tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Like STG was saying, the vibes were kind of dead, but to be honest, the team really didn't give us much to kind of cheer for.
Yeah, sure
didn't.
It
was a very sloppy game. And, first half, a bunch of plays, like 4 straight turnovers, and in the second half, I think it was like the third quarter, OG had like 3 straight turnovers himself. So, I think the crowd was just kind of dead because of some frustration maybe. Another close game against the Kings, kind of looking down to the opponent, but at least, Brunson came through at the end, kind of saved us. So that's always good. But, it's just a much needed dub, man. We're in kind of a rough stretch of the season here. So as long as we can stack up some wins, that's pretty good. And I did notice some stagnation, like of Cat's minutes when, Brunson's off the bench. I just think for Cat, when he's with the second unit, he just kind of got getting more aggressive. And just keep just attacking the paint. He just sells too much for these jumpers. The step back, was ugly. It's funny when in the crowd everybody's screaming, "Yeah, when Cat's shooting a 3," and I'm like, "No, we don't need that." and he always does it. So it's just funny. But yeah, man. Otherwise, vibes are good. Glad to be at the Garden, and on to the next game, man.
There it is, Hassib on the Discord. Appreciate the call. Get home safely, please. And we'll hear from you tomorrow, man. LP, unmute your mic. Rapid fire, LP.
Yo, CP, what's good?
How
Alex,
you doing?
Y'all can hear me, right?
Loud and clear, sir. How you doing, man?
Okay. Hey, doing great, CP. Man, real quick, I said it a couple nights ago. The Nets win, that was cool, but I said we beat Philly, then I think we're back on track, and we beat Sacramento. We got to get Portland or the Lakers or Portland. I have to look at it, but I like what we're doing. I'm glad we got the win. And also, real quick, I know everyone always says, rest Mitchie and stuff like that, and I get it, but like in basketball, if you're going to, you can get hurt at any time, even if you rest.
Yeah, you can get hurt at any time. You're right.
You can get hurt. Right. I mean, I've played basketball. I'm sure a lot of people have. So, I just feel like whoever's available, if they're available, because there's no gimme games or, we could kick back. Every game is a learning opportunity for this team. So that's really it, man. That's all I got. But, thanks, CP. Thanks,
Appreciate
Alex.
it, man.
Appreciate it.
Good to hear from you, man. You're right. You're definitely right on that. It's good perspective as well. All right, let's hear from the reigning Battle of the Fans champion, ladies and gentlemen. He took on Michael White in what would be a doozy, Al, and the people said, we need more Battle of the Fans. We need to bring it back. We got to bring in Corey, man. Corey, how you feeling, man? Battle of the Fans champion. Cody, how you feeling?
Cody.
Man? How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Yeah, congratulations, man. The people voted for you, man. You're the people's champion, bro.
Yeah, I seen it, man. I seen they voted for me, man.
Yeah.
Alex didn't go with me though. I didn't understand that.
I did.
With Mike White.
He did? Did you?
He went with Mike White.
I said Cody.
Okay. Yeah, Al said he got you, man. Al said he went with you.
Oh, he went with me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you good, man.
Yeah, it was a nasty win, man. We got a Don Nelson, this guy. Get him out of here, man. But Mikal played good.
Yeah.
Did you notice he changed his game?
Yeah, what do you mean?
He was touching the paint instead of running to the 3-point line on the break. He was filling the lane. He was getting to his mid-range shot to get going. It was no more just running to the 3 and launching how Mike Brown had him playing all season so
Good
far.
point. Yeah, got his rhythm inside first. Good point.
Yeah, OG looked it bad, but
yeah,
they keep trying to make him a creator. He's a D&3 guy. That's where he's best at. Got to get him doing that. No creating, man.
Yeah.
Get to the 3-point line, man. Shoot the 3, defend. That's what we need him to do.
There we go.
Your boy Mike is trying to keep it. His new name is Mike Fizdale, man. He looks lost in that sideline.
All right, man. Rate that call in the chat, man. Another one. He's ready to pack the coach up very early, man. Appreciate the call.
Look,
man.
they didn't even have Levine tonight.
Yeah.
And we struggled with them.
Yeah, it was frustrating. I'm with you. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It was a brutal watch for sure.
Yeah.
But thankfully they got the win, man. Would have been a funeral.
How you think moving forward, benching Cat to close games? Think that's gonna help us or hurt us down the line?
Well, I feel like they should, and Brown is handling it perfectly. They should, get a feel for the game, man. Whoever earns it, earns it. If your name is not Brunson, Brunson's out there, he's closing. Good chance Hart is going to be out there closing. But for everybody else, you gotta earn that. But for Brown, and this is the way, if you're gonna keep Brunson and Towns here for the. You can't win with them defensively. Well, one way that you're going to do that is make sure that you're going to have your best defenders out there with Jalen Brunson. There it is.
Yeah.
And you will have enough, you should have enough offense because you're going to go to him anyway to get you the bucket. But you need stops, man. You need stops. So it's a good. I'm with it. I'm definitely with it.
I'm with it. I would go with it, but it's kind of crazy paying a guy $60 million a year to sit the bench to close out games.
That's a great point.
I would do it because he's horrible in defense. So I would do it, but it's kind of crazy.
No, that's a great point, man.
This guy, Mike, man, he's quick to call Cat out to the media, but won't step up for him. Josh Hart, too. Yeah, how you going to call a man out, but never step up for him? Got to boost the guy's morale, too. Can't just attack him, step up for him, take a fine for him. Show him you with him. Keep calling him out, but don't step up for him, man.
Cody talking that talk, man. Good to hear from you, man. It's reigning champ, ladies and gentlemen. Battle of the Fans, reigning champ. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Says he still wants to get Brown out of here. He calls him Don Nelson. This is Don Nelson. Yeah, he wants him gone. And yeah, what do you guys think, man? Cody laying down the law. Shout out to Blade Penderhughes, $20 super chat. Says, I love and respect, family. How do y'all feel about the team chemistry in the aftermath of Cat not being named an all-star if he remains with the Knicks? I don't think the team chemistry is all on Cat. I think it just could be a multitude of things, Al. The report I got last time I was at the Garden just was like, locker room's not the same. Everybody kind of walking on eggshells in there. Is it the trade stuff? Is it the losing? Is it the complacency? It's kind of like every man for himself type of deal. Now,
buying into the coach.
Not buying into the coach. So maybe it's not as fun as it was in previous years. I don't know. It's hard to really put the finger on it, but
it's tough.
Yeah.
I feel like for this team, as I said, they just got to rip the Band-Aid off and just get over it and just, express their grievances with one another so they can keep it pushing, man. I feel like everyone's way too nice. When you reported that, I said that. Everyone's way too nice. They just got to get it over with. You don't like this about me. I don't like this about you. How are we going to work together and achieve this goal, man? That's what matters.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to, like, players not buying in, Josh Hart called out saying, hey, players got to meet the coach halfway and the coach has to meet the players halfway. And it seems like there's a Mike Brown thing going on here too, by the way. Everyone sees that he's quick to call him out. And I think Cody has a great point. Like, he's quick to call him out, but you're not giving him his praises when he's actually doing something good. And you need to do that. Like, there's got to be a good balance, right? You always hear about the term like compliment sandwich. Can you at least do that for the guy to boost morale? I do agree with him on that. I think with Hart's comments, I feel like if they're treating Cat this way, there's some other stuff behind the scenes that maybe we're not privy to, saying, all right, you're getting these opportunities, you're getting these touches. We're asking you just to do a little bit more so that way we can, rely on you and have you down there in the fourth. I mean, the fact that he is getting paid this much CP and you can't even rely on him in the fourth quarter and he's not giving you the best offensively right now, like, what's going on here? And look, just touches wise, right? Brunson got 17, Cat got 15. But let's look that Cat also had 4 free throw attempts. So that's 2 other attempts, most likely, at minimum, that he could have had. So he had 17 touches. He damn near matched what Brunson had. Right? And he played less minutes. So he got his opportunities.
Yeah.
The question is, what are you doing with those opportunities? What are you doing to set yourself up for success? Are you I was happy to see him asking for the ball in the paint for once today for McBride. It was a little too high. It wasn't down there on the block, but I would like to see him do those type of things. Cat also is responsible for himself. And so he has to figure out how to get himself involved. And, whether it's not seeing eye to eye with Mike Brown, you got to go there saying, hey, man, I don't like doing this. This is what helps me suit me well. This is what suits me well. Let me just say that clearly. And the one thing I don't see a lot from him, man, is being that trailer. That was something in Minnesota that was really good at, being a trailer and utilizing him and optimizing him as a guy that, all right, last guy up the floor, give him the rock. He's either going to knock down the 3 or someone's got to chase out. Now he can drive and get downhill. I said it for other things, like to just get his game back into some sort of groove. And I got to look at the coach, man. It's the same thing that we said for like Grimes and all the other guys in the past. It's like, what is the head coach doing? So I think Mike Brown is at fault, and I think Cat is at fault. They both got to meet somewhere in the middle, man, and get over this.
We got the LJ jersey giveaway coming up in just a couple of minutes. Hang tight. We're loading the names up. Hang tight, man. We'll see who's going to go home with it. Mike from Michigan. Mike, how you feeling, man?
Good, CP, Alex. How y'all feeling, man?
Good, man.
Good. 2 quick things, rapid fire. A lot's been said about how the game looked. It's weird. Usually a bum night, it's like, it could be a loss, but I don't know. It felt like a bum night win, which is weird. Or like a blowout. It wasn't a blowout, but it still felt like a bummy game. You know what I mean? But on Mike Brown, not to pile on, but just to reiterate, I think these past 3 games, got back on track, but it feels like we're winning in spite of him. We're still not getting enough from him, in my opinion. Seemed like we were getting more earlier in the year, but he's hit a skid, and I'm just not. They got to figure it out. He's got to give them more. Part of me, and I know, Leon Rose, he's the Don. He's kind of untouchable in our view, but it kind of goes back to, obviously Mike Brown's the coach, so we figure it out with him. But you go back to the decision to fire his man's Tibbs, which is fine if you make that decision, but it's starting to kind of feel like when that decision was made, they weren't clear on what the next move was. And they didn't really have the next coach identified, which with a roster like this, it's kind of malpractice, man. You got to really know who you're targeting next. And when they went through that whole carousel of trying to request to interview all these different dudes and getting denied, it was like, well, all right, it seems like they're kind of trying to figure this out on the fly. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, they got to figure that out. The second quick thing, on the schedule, I was kind of peeking at it, and I don't know, maybe someone talked about it earlier. I wasn't listening, but we're playing the Raptors second night of a back-to-back. We play them 3 more times, including tomorrow. They're all connected to back-to-backs, which is interesting. 2 of those including travel. And, of course, tomorrow we play them, and the Raptors haven't played since Sunday. So it's one of those things where, I mean, obviously, the schedule's the schedule, but I mean, with where we are in the standings and we're fighting them for the 3 seed right now, trying to maybe move back up to 2. It's kind of tough that a critical opponent we have the rest of the year, it's either the front leg or second leg of a back-to-back. So wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that. Appreciate y'all taking the call.
Yeah, part of the schedule, man. Everybody has to go through it some way or next. The Knicks don't even lead the league in terms of back-to-backs. There are teams that have slightly more back-to-backs than the Knicks. I believe they had either 13 or 14 coming into the season, and I think the highest maybe even is around 15, I believe. So, and then you have, the mileage factor. Knicks aren't even in the top 5, 6 in terms of mileage travel. That belongs to the Portland Trailblazers. I believe Orlando's one of those teams that has traveled a bit. I think Golden State's on there. So I think every team has a gripe out somewhere next with the schedule. It's not fair to anybody. Everybody has to go through it. You got to go through your West Coast trips. You got to go through your back-to-back. So it's daunting, but it is who it is. And you have who you have on the schedule. And, hey, you still got to win regardless. So that's just what it is, man. Any thoughts there before we go to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D?
Nope.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's bring him in, man. The Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, is with us. Chuck, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling old watching this game, but I tell you this, man. Cody had me cracking up, man, because he turned Don Nelson into a verb.
Yeah, you're right.
Don Nelson.
We got a Don Nelson, man.
A verb. Hey, I know CP and Alex ain't lose the KFTV locker room, so I'm just saying that. I tell you, man, Sacramento, the team, the city, everything. I got fans of Sacramento too, so I gotta watch myself. But Mike Brown had to be ecstatic to get up out of here. I'm trying to tell you, I don't even know how that franchise is still in the NBA, man. They were low. Look, I'm so mad that we lost against them, but I'm so happy we beat them. But they will lull you into a loss, man. They are terrible and got nothing but big salary names with them.
Terrible, man. There's
no
end in sight.
No wonder, like StgNick said, the fans are looking in astonishment how sleepy and swampy that game was, man. Yeah. So the most they could do is make a mess of it. So, let me see. My points here, rapid fire, man. Excuse me, man. Knicks fans are the greatest in the world, man.
Absolutely.
And I would say, listen, Mitchie, all this saving Mitchie thing, man, right now with that January we just saw, man, forget it, man. Stop the presses. Play Mitchie. Let him get his reps. It is what it is. We can't save NBA players from, they might get injured here. We can't be dainty with it. I'm just sorry, man. Play the man. Let him do his thing and see where the chips, man. He's a vet now, man. He ain't a young kid. He ain't a rookie. He's a vet. Man, it's time to be grown, man. It's time to grow up. Simple as that. Stop saving. Let's go into it. Because, Mike Brown don't care about Mitchie's injury record, man. His job on the line. He walking a tightrope, man. That's why he was riding that group at the end of he riding that group. We might even see a shorter rotation when the pressure gets tight. I'm telling you, when April comes around, there's going to be a lot of folds in the foreheads on a lot of people around us, fans alike. But we fans, we resilient about Cat. I love Cat, right? And it might get tomatoes. I don't care, but I'm telling you, I haven't seen a big dude get beat up so much by the opposition since this is what they used to do on Darryl Dawkins. They damn near got Darryl Dawkins out of the league. They targeted Darryl Dawkins, so he was bigger than everybody. They knew he was a problem, so they made sure, let's get Dawkins out with those ticky-tack fouls. And then I seen them do the same thing with Shaq. But Shaq was even quicker and smarter and found some kind of way. And then even it was a time in Shaq's career that he said, you know what? I'm playing man ball now, and whoever come at me is going to end up getting carried out with a stretcher. Cat don't have that physical presence like Dawkins and Shaq, but they targeted Cat, and that's a fear thing. But that's a thing to be kind of wary about because they're going to be targeting Cat as a playoff tactic, and they know it's coming.
Yes, take him out the game mentally, completely.
Yeah, man. And now it's in his head. His whole game, he's playing to the refs now, and you can't play to the refs.
You saw it. You saw
well.
it when Brody was bodying him up. He's looking at the ref to bail him out. You know, he's trying to figure out like what is a foul, what is not.
Brody got clocked though.
Nah, I did not.
When Brody got clocked, I said, you know what? Maybe But then again, it goes back to what people say about Mike Brown. You got to scream for your man.
Yeah,
that's your man. I'm surprised that Cat leads the league in rebounding. He ain't no scrub. Yeah. He in a bad spot right now. But let me tell you, man, I think we better with him than without him. We need that. But you know what? We also need Mitchie not to be on this preservation. We're going to save Mitchie because we're going to put him in a dish and then pop, he's going to just be ready. That's how you get hurt even more. He needs the reps. I mean, you say what you want to say about Tibbs. Tibbs is going to be like, you know what? If anything y'all ain't going to have oxygen loss. You're going to be really conditioned. I'm going to pay 8 people and grind them, but you ain't going to have oxygen loss of saying I'm tired. And when you ain't conditioned, that's when the injuries happen. So maybe Mikal has something with that and all. So I think Cat's going to eat tomorrow night in Toronto. He has to. He could dominate them. It's in his head. We can't explain the head. I would say this, Alex. Could you actually zoom in on Cat on the photo where see Cat's face? Because there's good signs when you see that Cat's going to still be kind of, with the team photo up front, supporting his team, supporting captain, supporting Mitchie and all that. Those are good signs. So I don't know, is the truth a lie and all? We didn't see Clarkson. It's like, when you feel like you on the outskirts, you ain't gonna be in no picture. I got an injury. I got to fix my finger or whatever. I think it's good signs the Cat is still united with the squad, man. It's in his head. To me, right? I know this don't really roll well for most of our family on KFTV, but to me, I look at all of them as young guys, and they still in their 20s or early 30s. So things could get in their head a lot quicker than not. I mean, I think that the whole league has Ben Simmons virus in January. That's why the All-Star game is trash. And there's a lot of things my old self is shaking my head to. It's like, yeah, the NBA did this. They made the front end a little bit more exciting. We know the playoffs and the play-in is exciting. And the middle is going to be boring, and they can't figure out what to do with the All-Star game. Charles Barkley said the other day something that made the most sense to me. He said, make the NBA players play against international players. Simple as that. Because whatever they doing now is a bad haircut. Manscaped can't fix it. I'm just telling you. The game is trash. We shouldn't even talk about, man, he got nominated for the All-Star game. Why brag about getting nominated for a game that ain't worth seeing?
Yeah, it's true.
I'm serious. So they got to figure out how to fix the middle. I think the Knicks have broke out of the law, or breaking out of the law. But I did Cat's. To me, Cat's the guy we need, and I like Cat.
Need him.
And everybody talk about DeAndre. You know what? Here's the thing, and I'm not being blasphemous. Like if anybody knows anything about me, you could sloppy Wikipedia my tongue. But you know what? Giannis ain't Jesus of the league. Obviously, we ain't watching Bucks fan. We ain't watching Bucks games. He done either gave up or his body is not worth. His body ain't ready for his 30s. His style ain't ready for his 30s. He's an injury ready to happen the rest of this decade with that style.
It's definitely a risk.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, whether he's faking injury or not, he's an injury ready to happen at any time with that style. I've seen it with ball players the last 30 years. The older they get, their game better tone down. They better be around the perimeter. None of them are guarding these crazy young dudes that's going and stepping back like that. That's the deal. And my last point is this. The reason why they say old players are washed, and I don't use that language because these are professionals.
Yeah.
But the reason that vets and the old players, they say get kind of washed, it's not because they can't score. It's because they can't defend this style that's the new NBA.
Yeah.
An older dude is going to be like, F that. I'm not going to guard that. I'm not chasing this dude, on the perimeter and then up. I'm not doing that. back in the old days, the centers used to be like, you know what? I ain't moving much. And if you come down the lane, I'm going to send you on a stretcher to the hospital. So you're not coming down the lane because I'm going to just bother you and put you in the hospital. David Stern had something to do with alleviating that style, and Adam Silver is the softest commissioner in the history of NBA basketball. So I'm just saying we're in a good spot, but Mike Brown's test is April and May, man, and I'm just saying that I'm watching it as entertainment. I don't gamble on games. I do none of that. Mm-hmm. I'm watching it as entertainment, but I'm telling you, the pressure's gonna come in April or May like we've never seen as Knicks.
It's gonna get thick.
But CP and Alex ain't gonna lose the locker room, all y'all.
No, we locked in, man. Yo. We locked in, man. All 82. The Rhyme Animal Chuck D on the Discord. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. Now we locked in, man. This is an all 82 affair. Don't get too high, don't get too low, man. It's very, very, very early. Very early, man. So, yeah, man. We just here for it all, man. Right now we are on the Yabusele Showcase. We go into different modes, right? We started off in Abu Dhabi.
Do not tell me we're going to the Yabusele mode right now.
We started off in Abu Dhabi. Then we started off against the Cavs, the Celtics early in the year. You know what I mean? We were cooking and we looking good. 23-9 NBA Cup. We the champs. Raise the banner. Don't raise the banner. Now we are in trade season. The trade winds are blowing. Giannis, Drew Holiday, Grand Theft Alvarado, is Yabusele getting his bags packed. This is the best time of year, man. It flows in cycles, man. You just got to flow with it. All 82. It's all cyclical. Then later on in the year, we'll be jumping out the window. Maybe not so much. Maybe it's going to be closed until April. I'm here for it all, man, as a conductor, Al. It's good times, man. It's a great time, man.
Yeah. It's a wait and see, man. I don't know if you can look. Yeah. The team's got high expectations, man. Unless this team pulls off some crazy win streak, like I don't know, what would be a crazy win streak for you? 15, 20?
What they do 9 last year? They did 9.
They've always done 9. They have not broken 9 yet.
Yeah, if they get to the 9 win streak, we're out of here on a rocket. It's over.
So they got to go on a 9-game winning streak, and let's see. This is how you know it'd be propelled to be jumping out the window. They got to be, let's see. All right, here we go. Mm-hmm. Starting February 4th. You got Denver, Detroit, Boston. You got Indiana in there, whatever. Philly again, Detroit, Houston. You get Chicago, Cleveland, Milwaukee, San Antonio. That's the stretch right there. That's the stretch.
That's the stretch to hold on. Hold on. You got to hold on, man.
February 4th to March 1st. That's the stretch right there.
Yeah.
Because after that, it's kind of smooth sailing. You get Denver, Lakers, Clippers, Jazz, Indy, Golden State again, Indy, Memphis, Brooklyn. I mean, the way the schedule ends outside of OKC in March,
doable.
It's very doable. This stretch from February 4th to March 1st. And you can even push it back. I mean, if you want to start it now, I guess you could because you got Toronto and Portland, LA this week. Mm-hmm. But I'm really looking at that Denver matchup because Denver is number 2. And then you get all the way down to March 4th, which actually, let's push it to March 6th because that's where you get, after San Antonio on March 1st, you get Toronto again, OKC, and then Denver again. And then you get the Lakers. So it's really until March 8th. February 3rd to March 8th is going to be some serious grinding for this team. That's when this team really needs to show up and show out.
Gotta lock in. Hang on. You hear that music, bro? We got a $20 super chat. You know, it's Tuesday night and we're going into Wednesday.
Hey, he's awake.
Shout out to him. $20 super chat from Sergeant Sources, a.k.a. Robert Randolph. He says, sounds like Chuck D misses King Julius. And need the trade to be finalized, getting Cat out of here. Sources says the deal should be done any day now. We're getting 2 to 3 really good players in return. So there he is. Trade season. This is our season, man. Sources, this is when he comes out. This is his best work. All right, so there it is, man. You can follow him on Twitter for your entertainment purposes only.
Robert Randolph.
Robert
in
Randolph,
the flesh.
In
the trade machine, actually. Not even in the flesh. In the trade machine.
Yeah. Sources in the trade machine, man. Hot Dorito in the chat. Salute, man. Shout out First Lady of Sports. She says, $5 super chat, salute. She says, NBA website has the raw data for challenges. I reviewed Mike Brown. He had 29 challenges, 19 successful, 10 unsuccessful, 65% success rate. So there you go.
There we go.
There you go. 65% for Brown.
Shout out to First Lady of Sports.
Shout out to First Lady, man. And this is what we do. It's teamwork, team effort. You know, everybody bring their brick, man, to the conversation. Keep it moving. Shout out to First Lady for sure.
Even Sergeant Sources brings his,
Yeah. For whatever it's worth.
Hey, man.
Even Sources brings his intel.
His brick is bringing chaos. Comical chaos.
That's it. That is it. So shout
Although
out to
I will
Sources.
say, Robert Randolph, I haven't really seen too many crazy trade ideas in the X world.
He's been cooling out, man. He's been cooling out, you know? So, yeah, man. Okay, here we go. We got some more music for you, Alex. It's giveaway time. Now, we're not going to do it the trivia way this time. This is a little bit different. This one is for the Larry Johnson, Mitchell and Ness swingman, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. You see it with the tags. No Fulton Street Fugazi. This is real deal Holyfield hardwood classics. Mitchell and Ness with the tag on it. Shout out to our guy Shells Heavy for sponsoring this giveaway. I literally had this for years. Since the inception of KFTV. Shout out to Shells, man. Just never gave it away, man. Always, we got a ton of stuff to give away. We just haven't gotten around to it. But we promised the people, man, for everyone who did make a purchase on KnicksFanTV.com from Black Friday through the end of the year, that you would qualify for this jersey. And we're going to send it out. I'm going to send it out tomorrow in the mail. All right. So shout out to everybody that made a purchase and supporting the machine. And now we get to the draw, Alex. Who's going to win? We're going to give you the night off from trivia. Don't worry about it. We're going to get back to it. We haven't
thank you.
We haven't tested the trivia in a while. We're going to get back to that. Don't you worry about it.
I mean, you took my Larry Johnson jersey, so I hope you give it back to me.
We did. Okay, so let's get to our website here. And let's put the people in here. Who in the chat thinks they're going to win? Throw a me in there if you think you're going to win this thing, man. Okay, let's load them up. All right, here we go, Alex. We got the people loaded up. No foot tricks. We got the people loaded up here. And how many contestants do we have? We have 214 contestants. Shout out to everybody that caught merch, man. 214 contestants here. Let's see who's it gonna be, Al. Give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go, Alex.
3, 2, 1, go.
There it is. And we're cycling through. And the winner is Steven Danishevsky. Steven Danishevsky is the winner.
Congrats to Steven.
Congratulations to Steven Janishevsky. Well done, Steven. Well done. What did he buy? Now, let's see what he copped during the sweepstakes. Steven Danishevsky. What do you get? It looks like he got a bundle pack here. Okay. He got the beanie. He got the blue beanie. You need that out. It's wintertime. It's Brick City out there. He got the blue KFTV beanie. Nice embroidery here. He got the once a Nick, always a Nick crew neck sweater.
Ooh.
And he got the Against All Odds sticker pack. You know, that's got the Knicks starting 5. It's still a little sticker pack that we make. Shout out to Steven Danishevsky. And congratulations to him. And you know what? He wears a large. And guess what size this is?
A large?
Talk about serendipity.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a large.
Now, CP, I will say this. I hope you didn't read out a gift order that he gave to somebody else.
Well, look, it's way past Christmas. I'm past that part.
What if it's a birthday gift, man?
I'm past the statute of limitations, Al. It's February, man.
What if it's the missus for Valentine's Day? What are we doing over here? CP?
No. The purchase was made December 20th. So
what if it's a long-lasting gift? Who knows?
Well, listen. For all intents and purposes, the person got it from Santa. But I mean, look, I'm past the statute of limitations. I got to be able to talk about it now, man. You know what I'm saying?
What if it's a birthday tomorrow? What if it's a birthday tomorrow and they're tuning in?
So Gio said, no way. CP said that name correctly. Yeah, of course. It's Steven Danishevsky. Of course it is. I'm a diplomat. Yes, it is. I said that correctly. Come on, man. My people in the chat who's familiar with those pronunciations. I don't know if that's Polish or Czech. Is that Czech Republic? What is it? And somebody said CP butchered the last name. What is it? Danishevsky? All due respect.
All good. CP not only butchered the last name, but also ruined the gift for whoever is getting that stuff.
Well, he's going to get the gift, man. So shout out to Steven. And if you're watching, you let me know in the comment section, man. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to the franchise channel members. We'll be back, man. Same time, same place. Ari says incredible diction, incredible pronunciation. Come on, man. Ari says I'm right. I'm going with Ari, man. You know what I'm saying? Same time, same place. Let's give it a better effort tomorrow in T-Dot. We'll see you there, man. Same time, same place, man. We out of here. Salute to the replay gang. We out. Peace.